The family farm, a tradition in Canada going back 200 years. Today's farmers face the same challenges as their forefathers. Weather, soil fertility, pests, commodity prices. But today's family farm is a vast and complex enterprise, employing cutting-edge technology. From breakthroughs in genetics, communications, and chemistry, we grow our food more quickly with less energy, less environmental impact, and in greater abundance than ever before. But farmers face a new challenge. Consumers and activist groups have called into question, has technology made our food different? Is our food safe?
I hear about the stories and I think about the misconceptions. It's an overwhelming task to imagine how can we educate every consumer in Canada, how can we educate consumers around the globe about this industry, and why do I think that my industry is so important for everybody to hear about.
Farmers are still credible voices. Big Ag is not a credible voice. The biotech company is not a credible voice. But the farmer who lives the life close to the land, producing off the land, understanding the systems they need, understanding the pressures that they have in the modern world, those are the people who should be talking to the urban foodies who misunderstand modern agriculture, not the biotech companies. It's the farmers who've got to come out and defend what they're doing and convince people that they're trying to do the best. They're trying to produce healthy food, they're trying to protect the soils, they're trying to improve the environment. And if farmers don't come out and say this, then somebody is going to step into that void.
I really want to let producers know that they're trusted. The public trusts them. And they need to stand up. They need to get out there and tell their story. And they might think, hey, no one wants to hear what I have to say, but people do want to hear what you have to say. And if you don't tell the story, somebody else is gonna.
I'm a farmer from Mossbank, Saskatchewan. I'm also a mother of 2 farm girls. And I've recently been hired by Farm and Food Care Saskatchewan to facilitate training sessions around the province to encourage other farmers to speak up and talk about the modern agricultural practices we use today to grow food for other Canadians. Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because actually the reality is that 97% of the farms in Canada are family owned and operated.
One of the things I found that worked the best was to start asking them questions. Did you realize I use less diesel fuel? No, I didn't.
I was so unprepared that I didn't have any answers for it.
And I wish I was more informed then.
You just have to be confident, and that's part of what this is trying to do, is build your confidence.
I wanted to get out, and I didn't want to sit at home and complain about things. I wanted to see if I could actually make some improvements.
We've learned how to engage consumers, to tell them what we do as farmers, that we're proud of what we do, that we produce safe food.
If I had to go back and farm the way we did 30 years ago, I wouldn't farm. I know that. I'm not into recreational tillage and the harm that that does for our environment. I'm about trying to make the land better, improving its organic matter and its tilth. Because of these advancements, I'm still interested and willing to farm.
One of the things that I find rewarding is to see that aha moment in people's eyes. Maybe they were confused or upset even. You've given them understanding of the way we produce food and how it's safe. That's what I really enjoy.
I'm proud to be a farmer and contribute to growing safe, quality, healthy products. Try to make a positive impact on the world and practice good stewardship. And we will eat what we grow, and we're proud to do it.
I love what I do. I've no 63 years old with no retirement plans whatsoever. They'll drag me out in the box probably.
Doyle Wade with Farm at Langham. I'm the 3rd generation in the community of our family.
What I'm beginning to understand is that Canadians trust farmers. They actually want to hear from you. They're less concerned about the studies and the science. They're really just interested in why it is I care so much about the food that I grow in my farm operation. And that's given me the motivation to say, yeah, I can participate in this conversation as a farmer.
With every sort of added regulation or policy that gets put into place based on consumer concerns as opposed to scientific concerns, it's not necessarily going to always be the farmer's choice of how they operate.
If farmers don't stand up and speak out and become their own advocates and tell their own stories, this trend of other people telling their stories for them is going to continue, and it's going to grow exponentially.
If farmers don't take the opportunity to speak up about the decisions that we want to make, my fear is that we will lose that privilege.
Generations of farmers have struggled and prospered here, but the landscape has changed, and their biggest challenge yet still remains: standing up to dispel the myths about modern agriculture. Will Canadian farmers make themselves heard before it's too late? Or will they stay silent and lose their license to farm?